Hmm. Hello, beautiful souls, friends, soul family. Welcome or welcome back. There's a message around attention. It's a really strong energy, core theme. It's coming through my awareness, my experience, my initiations, and what wants to be shared as a reminder. I've had so much, almost like overwhelming gratitude the last few days. It's like there's been a lot that's been coming in, wants to be shared, but it wasn't fully formed. And just in between these huge waves of gratitude, like I just feel so thankful. And with that, sometimes there's the kind of the nostalgia, a little bit of sadness. It's like a nostalgia feeling. Does anybody resonate with that? Like this feeling of the way it's always been, a feeling of who we've always been. It's like two sides of a coin. It's like the newness and this deep, almost like dropping to your knees kind of recognition and gratitude for the potential that we are starting to be able to feel and step into, walk towards. And then there's this deep feeling of again recognition, but it's like this kind of nostalgia, sadness feeling almost around life as we've always known it, us as we've always known ourselves. There's a deeper acknowledgement that to step into the life that we envision, desire, wish to create and are creating, we are creating that through our desires and what we're putting into that vortex of energy that we are intentionally. There's so much excitement swirling around that. But there's this really deep reckoning that to do that, to step into that, to be that, there are parts that we have to leave behind. There are parts of ourselves that we have to leave behind. There may be a lifestyle, people, jobs, everything that is in the physical construct that now represents the past, a past version of ourselves, a past desire or dream, a past vision. And all of our circumstances right now and the way that we've built up our structures, family, relationships, jobs, everything, it's all built on what we once wanted. And there's that point that we reach within where we recognize that we have to let things go to allow what we truly desire to come into our life, into the physical. We reach a tipping point where our consciousness is evolving and asking for more, focusing on something different. Our innermost being and higher self is throwing up future memories, deeper resonance of dreams and visions to give us that excitement, that feeling, however deep or untapped, that feeling somewhere, that sense of full-on satisfaction, fulfillment, contentment and abundance. Even if it's just a little tickle that we feel it's there. It's guiding us. It's pulling us into the future, out of things that are not that. We feel it, we nurture it, we reach for it even though it's inside of us. We drop everything away as much as we are comfortable with, and we get to that tipping point where it's like, what do I have to do to bring this in? And there is, within that, there's a space where really the doing is the surrender, it's the letting go, it's the making room, it's the making space. Our lives are very full. Our lifestyles are very full. And if we think about the way that we've lived, everybody's hooked into a lot of different things in our life which bind us. For me personally, it was the way my life was structured. I walked out of corporate world in 2019, but I didn't know how to support myself in the new frequency. I didn't know how to support my dreams and visions. So my body knew what was old for me and what I no longer wanted to do, but I didn't yet have the structure or the strength of vision and desire to anchor in a new lifestyle. But Spirit kept squeezing me nonetheless to release the old, and I've had to go through a lot of surrender. I had to let go of my flat where I was living. I've had to sell property, get rid of it. I've been everywhere that was old or a kind of dependency anywhere has crumbled. For example, everywhere where my income or money in any way at all was built in a debt structure. So all credit cards, anywhere I was living beyond my means. Now, most people in modern world, capitalist society, are living beyond their means because we're built into a codependency with the system. All of our utilities on direct debits, for example. So you're always paying on the never, basically. You're always behind yourself. And all these bills are coming in monthly, whether or not we have money coming in monthly, right? My car was a lease. It had a big bill every month. Everything's a big bill every month. Like if you suddenly want to check out of, because it's for your health, this was for my health. I got burgled twice in 2019 at knife point. And then my house there was something else that happened 4 months later. And in that sort of stretch of a 6-month period, at the beginning of 2019, I could no longer maintain the lifestyle that I had set up for myself because circumstances come in like a big wrecking ball in my life, and it affected my health. If something affects your health, mental, physical, emotional, you can no longer keep up on the hamster wheel, then everything crashes. Everything crashes if you can no longer play the role of the rat race in the rat race. You no longer can sustain the effort, the energy of giving 40 hours a week every week of your life, showing up in that way, giving your energy in that way, making money for other people in that way. If something happens and you can no longer do that, everything else, right? Because it all relies on us being a certain way externally in society and putting all of our energy into that big machine. Allowing things to crumble, allowing a new path to appear out of the ashes, out of the rubble, takes a surrender, which requires some type of trust or higher perspective. Oh, I know my life serves me. I know this isn't easy right now, but I know my life serves me. So there's been a lot of surrender. It turned out that all of that, and I knew at the time, that came at a point where I'd already done maybe 6 years of conscious healing and work on my mindset. So I knew, even though I was traumatized and full of fear, very raw fear, I knew that everything I'd ever done was to cope with this, and I could cope with it. I knew it would be a catalyst for change. I knew there was something bigger going on, but I just didn't understand what. As it turned out, I was way too comfy in my smallness. I was way too comfortable with the security of the wage. I was way too comfortable, strangely, in a role which made me feel like my soul was being sucked from my body and was totally unfulfilling to me. It's just not what I'm meant to be doing in this life. The longer we carry on, comfortable in our smallness and not fulfilling the soul nudges, urges, which, if we think back, are there. We just don't know who we are in the new. It's very difficult to pull that courage out of nowhere. Most humans have to suffer a crisis before they actually do something differently or really look at themselves as to what's being asked. So I knew something higher was happening. I knew something was happening beyond me, and it was working for me. But it's still been very, very difficult. Since then, a lot of things have crumbled in my life. My home, family relationships, work and the structure, the security and the perceived safety of that. I've had to let go of my car, everything. Now, I didn't have to let go of my car. I could have. But see, the thing is, I am surrendering because I want a nomadic. We have a nomadic lifestyle, yeah. That my car was the last thing and I was attached to it. And this is what it is. It's attachments. Attachments. If this is panning out a bit, because this is the governmental situation, the societal situation, which is chaotic. There is a revolutionary, rebellious vibe in public spaces at the moment around certain issues. If everything were to kick off, if the government were to switch things off, take this away, start messing with people's money, myself and my partner have had a very big push because it's part of our template and medicine to get ahead of that situation. In other words, to release all attachments. It's all about attachment in our consciousness. So we have had a path separately and together where we have been asked to release all of our attachments. It's not easy, but what it brings is a freedom in the mind, a freedom knowing that if they turn everything off tomorrow, I have a backup plan. I know where I would go and I know how I would feed myself. I'm not afraid anymore. And this is the key. We don't necessarily have to physically release everything, okay? It's the attachment to it. And I'll give you an example of how that was demonstrated in my own life. Like, my car was the last thing and I was like, oh, I don't want to give up my car. I've always had a car. Love having a car, all this business. But once I actually released that emotionally, mentally, and made the decision, right, that's it. You know, I don't want a £500 bill a month. That if I get an offer tomorrow, come to Thailand for 6 months, I want to be that free. That's my goal. Freedom lifestyle, nothing tying me down, so I can take opportunities and live in fluidity. So you can't have that and then not construct your life like that. So when I finally did the, okay, let it go, take it back. I did that thinking, oh, I don't, whatever I've got coming up over the next few months, however it affects me, I'm just going to deal with it. And I let go of the attachment mentally, emotionally. The preparedness, the willingness sometimes is all that it takes. After that, I made calls. I did it all. Okay. No one picked my car up. They picked my car up today. I've just had my car picked up, and that's 8 months ago. 8 months with a free car. I tried to get it collected. I phoned people, I chased people, no one knew what was going on. So in the end I thought, okay, I'm not looking a gift horse in the mouth. But now it's gone on long enough and it's actually a bind. I don't want to pay car insurance even on it anymore. I don't even get rid of it. It was an old decision. Clear my life, clear my space. I'm not attached to anything in that way anymore. Everything is on loan. Everything. However much money it costs, however precious it is to you, however much you like it. It's not that I don't want a car. I don't want the responsibility. I don't want things weighing me down. I don't want this situation where people are in my bank account every month taking. Don't want it. If I decide I want a car in the future, I'll hire one out. I'll buy myself one if I want, and then I'll sell it. I'll hire one when I get somewhere. Meantime, I'm on the train now with my earbuds in and my feet up, chilling. There's a real power in being willing to surrender. All of these things in our life take our attention. And this is a really pivotal and key message and thing that's really coming through for all of us on different levels, layers, and in different aspects of our life. We've all got a different life experience. But there are different ways that we're asked to look at this within. What am I attached to? And where is that truly keeping me from being the free, expanded version of myself that is in control, actually, in charge of that, and doesn't feel like they've somehow been had over or stuck on a hamster wheel or have no choice in something? Where do we feel as if the choice is taken away through all of these possessions, lifestyles, routines, money, burdens, money responsibilities? I mean, no one's saying that we can just let it all go in a heartbeat. You might be able to, and that's great. It's actually taken me, where are we? Yeah, 5 years. 5 years to extract myself from this system that wishes to take all our resources, take all our energy, including our money, including our attention. So then people are worrying, they're hooked in, they're worrying, they're thinking about it. All of our attention is on what I need to do to survive, what I need to do to maintain this lifestyle, how many bills I've got to meet next month, how I'm going to do that. It takes an extraordinary amount of attention to be focused in that lifestyle. Where is our attention going on a daily basis? Because when we come to open into a conscious path of walking forward, a conscious path of living on purpose, what are we walking towards and what do we need to walk away from? And being really mindful that the attention that we choose to give, it's all very well visioning and wanting something new, anchoring new desires, and then spending all day thinking about what we're walking away from. Observing all the circumstances that are in opposition to what we are dreaming or bringing in, but really they're not. They're just what was already there. And suddenly, as soon as we have a bigger dream or vision, we're noticing everything. Come on, darling. As soon as we have a bigger dream or vision, we're noticing everything that's not in alignment with that. But we're not understanding that we need to create that first. It's not just going to appear because we dreamt it up one day. It has to start and be nurtured in the energetics. We have to have a very clear signal as to what we desire and not be in opposition to ourselves. We might desire something, but then we've got a million yeah buts. We might desire something and then be giving all of our energy to the opposite. We might desire something, but then actually use our will and our energy to deny that desire. So where our energy is at in terms of our attention is crucial right now. It's literally pivotal in this energetic portal that we are in. It's powerful every year, but 2025 is the tipping point. We are on the tipping point of a new reality. You've got to get your attention, your consciousness in alignment with what's coming in and not what is leaving. We don't want to be focusing on that right now, because I can feel it in my body as a much heavier feeling of suffering now. The more we move forward and expand into this new age, which has already landed, it's already here, it's already present. So in other words, the frequency of Gaia, the frequency of consciousness, mass consciousness itself has already raised. So if we are resisting that by focusing our attention on past versions of self, past identities, old feelings, and where we're coming from, what we're leaving behind, we are going to feel as if we're suffering more. I don't want that. I don't want it for you. Instead, can we cultivate, nurture, and acknowledge the absolute magic of new possibilities? The gratitude and expansion that immediately comes into the body when we just allow ourselves to drop into what is possible. Which is just infinite possibilities. Believe, and focus your attention on what you wish to see more of. Across this portal for the next 2 weeks, I'm offering access to a mind medicine journey, which I recorded earlier this year. It's a self-paced Telegram channel, which you would have access to. There's over 21 days worth of daily medicine drops, support, challenges, things to support anybody who wishes to master their mind. There's no other way for us to become the conscious creator of our reality than to look at our inner voice and to look at what our mind is doing. So I'm offering this in just for the next couple of weeks to anybody who would like to have that extra support around the mind and around this getting to grips with this fact that we create our reality through where we choose to put our attention. So we've got to make it all conscious. We've got to take the reins. So 21-day Telegram journey. It's only £44 to jump in that space. So please let me know if that resonates, if that would support you. It's non-dual, not affiliated to any modality, religion. So whatever practice you do, wherever you're at, it will support. Okay, to really get to know how your mind is working, why it's doing the things it's doing, and how your consciousness can come up and over that, rein it in and direct it to where you choose. If that resonates, do reach out. If you feel called or you would consider liking, subscribing. I'm so grateful for that. It really helps me to expand this space as a field of love, as a field of expansion. And yeah, to grow a little family, to grow a little community where people feel safe to drop in and, you know, in the reflection, to feel seen, to have that one moment where you're like, do you know what? I'm good and it's okay. Everything is okay. We are safe in our body. It's such a huge message from the mother at the moment as well. I'm safe in my body. It's safe for me to relax. It's safe for me to create. Okay. So I'm just sending you so much love. I'm so grateful for your presence here. And in general, I'm so grateful for everybody who shows up for themselves. It's key. Everybody who's willing and open-hearted and humble, it's absolutely beautiful. And together we can shape this new reality. We can support each other to believe in ourselves and to believe in the strength of our vision and what we wish to see as a given. It's not a potential, it's done. It's a probability that we are bringing in as a felt experience. Thank you. I love you. Until next time.